I'm very pleased with the win. Obviously, anytime you go on the road, and after watching the tape, and man, I thought our guys played hard. It wasn't clean game. The weather played a part of it, but the most thing I'm proud of is we had 10 guys out of the game. Okay, and you got four wide receivers out, so we had two wide receivers that played every snap on offense. They played 85 plays. Kalen Weathers and Rod Wright played 85 plays. We only played six offensive linemen, so same five played most all the game. On defense, we got DBs that played every snap because we had multiple DBs out. So, I'm probably more excited about that, to be able to get a win. Guys playing hurt, guys playing that hard for that long. We also talked about winning, the line of scrimmage. When you get 8 sacks, that's huge. At the end of the game, to be able to go on a 6-minute drive to your 4-minute offense, to where you didn't have to put your defense back out there on the field. I was very proud of that as well. Make them burn their timeouts and finish the game on offense. That was exciting to see. So there was a lot of positives. Now, the negatives are the 3 turnovers, 2 on special teams, where that's going to cost us. If you don't get 8 sacks, that's going to cost you the game. Get stopped on a goal line, first and goal at the 2, not be able to get it in. That's going to cost you down there as well. So still got plenty of stuff to work on, but I like the character of this team. I like the fight in this team. Coaches are doing a great job of putting a Band-Aid on it and adjusting our schemes to where we can move the football or we can get stops, and thought it was a great team win. Moving on this week, Tennessee State. We're excited to be back at home. The things that are working against us are they've had a week off to prepare, week off to get over any injuries they may have had. And their quality team, they're 3-1. So that's they played a good schedule up to this point. So it's no different than any other. It's going to be a second half game, be a fourth quarter game, just like it was when we played them last year at their place. So excited to go back to work today, and hopefully Bart, our trainer, will give us some guys back healthy today so we can go and practice.
You mentioned the turnovers. What specifically are you going to work on to address that?
Well, ball was wet, but that's part of the deal. But our true freshman kickoff returner, Mook got in the game, and he took a big hit. We didn't play very well. That's the one unit where you say what needs the most work. I'd say our kickoff return unit. Okay, I mean statistically it's okay, but just not getting enough hats on hats to give our returner a chance. So, the punt return that we put on the ground. I mean, we're in punt safe, trying to make sure that they don't fake it. So we're not even blocking for a return. So all you want to do at that point is fair catch it. So you take your returner, put him out there, just fair catch it. We don't fair catch it, and then the ball hits us high on our pads and bounces off. And then Trent's been banged up. Trent Gardner, our tailback, and he put the ball on the ground, and Trent's having to make an adjustment. He's not used to playing this much. He's not used to getting those 15-something carries. And he's running hard, but he's been banged up ever since the Ole Miss game. And got to get him back, his normal self, which is a very reliable ball carrier and holding on the football. But that's his second fumble, and obviously we got to tighten that up. So, those are normal things that you work on every week. But points got to be made. You can't turn the ball over 3 times unless you do something spectacular and getting 8 sacks and playing pretty balanced and efficient on offense. The only thing that gave you a chance. But it was a game there. But we had a chance to be up 3 scores if we don't do those things or more. So we got to make sure that we bring that to our players' attention.
You had 10 players out. How many of those are you expecting back for this week?
I know today there'll be for sure 2 of them back. There'll be 2 of them back today. Be an offensive lineman and a safety be back today. Hopefully, maybe one of the receivers too. Not with the surgeries, but a guy we held out with a hamstring. But you're taking one back out with Preston Baker, hurt his knee. A tailback hurt his knee. So I guess as long as we get 2 and trade one out, at least we're on the plus side of it.
You talked about wanting to make the offense more balanced, and your ground attack was pretty efficient with Evan at 99 rushing yards, and Trent was right up there too. So you had, I think, 200 yards rushing, so that had to be nice.
Yeah, no, that was especially, you probably got 50 of it at the end of the game, or the last 2 drives or more than that maybe, to where everybody in the stadium knew we were going to run it and we were still able to do it. So I was proud of that. I thought we got some good push, and LD ran under his pads, and that's the first time in his career that I've actually seen him kind of be real assertive in a game. He's been a spot player and made some plays for us, but it was his first time probably since he's been in high school to where everybody knew he was going to run it, and he still ran it and was able to get positive yards. So that's good in the growth for him and our team as well. Yeah, probably like to be a little bit more balanced early. We got a lot of those yards late, but it's hard sometimes when you got a senior quarterback and boy, he was, I think we counted up, I think there was 5 or 6 drops in the game. A lot of it is due to the weather and stuff as well, but, he was well on his way of having a big day. I mean, he throws 4 touchdown passes, and there's one that he missed the rod right that was for completion. If it's 2 steps more inbounds, he catches that one on a little sprint out, and there's probably another one, and then Tanner kind of lost one on the little corner route, kind of lost it in the wind and rain, and misplayed a little bit, like dropping the ball in the outfield. We came up a little short, kind of ran a weird path to get to that one. But Jared's playing well, and we need him to continue to play that way.
Rod Wright, 5th-year guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of had a hard road, probably with a lot of injuries throughout his career, but he's really stepped up this year. Has over 300 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns. No receiver on the whole team had 5 touchdowns last year, so he's really stepped up in back-to-back games.
Yeah, real proud. Looking at stats here, I guess he's got 26 catches. And Caden's got 21. Some of that's due to having the injuries and him playing a lot more. And then the other part of it is he's playing well and he's making plays, and his leadership and his accountability and attention to detail. It's really all the hard work Rod's put in over the years is starting to pay off for him. I'm real proud. Boy, that's really satisfying when you see the Rod Wrights, the Jared Neals, the Trent Garlands, the Jackson Roberts, guys that have been here and put their time in, and now they get to know that how they play affects affects the outcome for everybody on this football team, and they're answering the bell right now, and so real proud of them.
Monty Taylor, he's a local guy. Had a shortstop at Bethel, but came from Westview, and he's done nothing but impress. 2.5 sacks, leads the whole OVC in sacks this year, so you can't be anything but pleased with him.
No, you've heard me say this since last fall when he got here. We knew he'd be a player for us the next year. Been very, very consistent for us, and that's he's been, not that anybody's played bad, but he's been the bright spot on the defensive line. Ready for Glover to start making a few more plays, getting a few more sacks, and Glover's been there, done that and stuff, and so ready for him to play up to his capability, because I think he's a very good player. But Damani's been solid, and I thought the defensive line played real well this week.
It's not a stat often talked about, but your secondary's been really strong too. I think you ranked 2nd or 3rd in the whole league in pass defense. Jordan Landry picked up, I think, 4 more pass breakups. It's just 3 out of the all-time record.
Well, and that's, once again, he's a guy, too, that, he cares about this program. He cares about his teammates. He works hard. It matters to him. We live on the edge a little bit as far as, with some pressures, and those corners are out there, those corners and those safeties at times. And, they receive a lot of criticism, but there's still 75 other plays that, where they do a great job, but which allows us to get those sacks as well. So there's some trade-off to it. But, if they continue to play well, then we'll be in a lot of games. Because that the way our defense is set up, that secondary, and that's why I'm so excited about and proud of those kids. We're a triplet, and Walter Evans, and we went to some dime type package to where Jordan Landry came in and covered the slot, covered number 8 for us, and Coach Bird made some good adjustments. And those guys played hard, and they keep playing well. We'll have a chance.
Obviously, you play for a bigger prize, but tell me about the importance of defending that Sergeant George Trophy.
No, it keeps you on track, for your ultimate goal, which is winning the conference, and the second tier goal is making it to the playoffs. Because those taking 2 teams out of this league is very, realistic goal. So. It's just kind of a landmark on the way, and so that keeps that alive. And you got the second stretch of that this week, so got a chance to get your second win in the conference, get your second win in the Sergeant York Trophy, defend your home turf, win a homecoming game. I mean, for us, it's a big game. It's the next game, but there's a lot of sidebars that go with this game, and I'm excited. I said this for my 10th season here. Homecoming is by far the most. Our pageantry of our homecoming, yeah, I'd put it up against any FCS program in the country. Now, we may not have 20,000 people there, but it's a real deal. I mean, it starts today with all the different activities around campus and culminates with with rope pull, and then with the Friday night festivities in the Elam Center, and I mean that's what that's what attracts people to college football. And so my phone's been blowing up today in emails of past players and former players that I didn't coach coming back on campus. It makes it for a real neat atmosphere, and my goal is to make sure we give them something to be proud of on their way home after the game.
You've been here 10 years. What do you attribute your success here?
I don't know if I've ever thought of it like that. I think after the game, Alex talked to me about the 60th win, and we've had a lot of good players and a lot of good coaches. I mean, a lot of good players and a lot of good coaches. 10 NFL players in the last 4 years. Don't know how many we have this year, but that you can't win without good players. We've got 12 coaches going on from here to FBS opportunities. And there's a lot of guys in that building right now that are capable, coach at every level, that there is. So we've been able to attract good players, good coaches, and I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of things that make a difference at an FCS program, especially here, is support that you get, just from around campus. I mean, you can't do it without Alex, without Trudy, without Ryan, without Tom. Whether it's social media to help us recruit players, to get our name out there, to Sodexo Dining Service, BJ over there working with us. Those things, that's what makes a difference, and that's that emotional investment that we talk about here with our community, here with our campus, and it helps our athletic programs. And I know it certainly helped football.
What I've noticed is how much the other programs support each other.
Mm-hmm. No, it is. It's ever since first day I walked on campus here, since Phil Dane was athletic director. That's just the way we did it. It's and whether it's coaches on the other state, whether it's Donna Canary sending me a text wishing me good luck, or Coach McNamara, texting me after the stadium, got approved last week and stuff. I mean, we all care about each other's program. None of us have enough time to spend with the other programs because I got 100 guys and trying to get our teams ready. But we check on each other, and and everybody's able to build off of other success. I had Kevin McMillan, our women's basketball coach, come talk to our team, and there's a guy that's won 4 or 5 conference championships, been to the NCAA tournament, and he and I spoke one day, and I said, "Why don't you come speak to our team?" And he did, and I mean, my guys know who he is and know the success that our women's basketball programs had, and it was pretty neat, and I appreciate that crossover and that feedback.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you guys.